looks like we are live right now. Looks like we are set. We are rolling. How is everyone doing today? How's everyone's day going so far? You guys can do me a favor. Let me know how the audio is coming in. Make sure it's nice and clear and crispy. See who we got in the chat so far. Looks like Black Brick Ops. How's it going? Yes, you are indeed the first here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'll go ahead and officially get started in about like a few more minutes. Mic sounds weird. There's a bit of an echo. All right, try that out for me now. See how that's doing. Ah! Bit of an echo. Okay, let's see here. All right, does that sound any better? Mans is just tapping away right behind me.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I do apologize.
All right. All mic, it's gone. All right, cool. All right. Again, just want to make sure that the audio is coming in nice and crispy. We'll get started in about like 2-ish more minutes. Now it's better. All right, sweet. Looks like we got a pretty good amount of people right now in the chat. How's everyone doing? Good. That's good to hear, man. You guys got plans for this weekend? Gonna be playing Airsoft this weekend? It might be a little difficult, honestly, with the fucking heat going on, but like, damn. Yeah, definitely want to go out and play a little bit more. And we'll get started in about like 2 more minutes. We'll officially go ahead and start answering some questions. Sounds good? Good to hear. Thank you. Sounds good. We got in the chat right now, we got Paul Bird, Radu Sangeli Negru. What's going on? We got Epic Gamers Hub. Coop 303, how you doing, man? Jonah Laura, how you doing? Smoking Moy. No, it's better. Good. Wanting to learn how to start Airsoft? Well, Paul, you came to the right spot. You can definitely go ahead and ask your questions. I'll go ahead and officially get started in about like a few more minutes, like 1 more minute, and then we'll be good to go. Gnarls, what's going on, my man? Good to see you again. Stitch, how you doing, bruh? Yeah, we got a good amount of people actually in the chat today. And, of course, one of my favorites, Jim the Mad Viking. How you doing, bruh? Daryl, how you going? I'm going good, man. I'm doing good, actually. Today has been a very it's been very hot. That's the best way I can honestly describe it. I'll like step outside for just a little bit, and I am dripping sweat bullets like crazy. Cisco, how's your day going so far?
Catching up on a whole bunch of mystery boxes, doing this testing for this super long, long boy unicorn barrel that we talked about because they came in fast.
Yeah, these barrels are huge, and they came. Yeah, you're right, quick. Because I think we only put the order in on like Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
Fucking crazy.
Overnight ship this month.
Yeah, it's fucking insta ship.
Cubic Gaming, we do deliver to the UK.
Yeah, we do indeed. It's just gonna be a matter of like some items don't always qualify. It really depends on what the item itself is, and also again, it has to actually meet regulations required for your country as well. Because again, once it ships out, like that's out of our hands. If it's custom sees it for whatever reason, then yeah, no, that's there's nothing we can do at that point. All right, guys, but with that said, why don't we go ahead and officially get started? It's 3:35. Welcome to another episode of the Storefront live stream. Is another Q&A Ask Me Anything live stream. My name is Isaias. I will be your host for today. Like the name suggests, this is going to be a Q&A live stream, meaning that you can go ahead and ask any Airsoft-related question that you want. You go ahead and ask me, if you're looking for product recommendations, if you guys are looking for, let's see, if you want personal experience, my opinions on stuff, you're more than welcome to go ahead and ask. If you want to go ahead and ask me personal questions too, I'm an open book. I don't really give a fuck, so you're more than welcome to go ahead and ask me as well. The only thing I will ask is that you make sure that you'll put the letter Q in front of your question. That way it's a lot easier for me to see. Again, you are more than welcome to ask your question more than once if I haven't already answered it. If I haven't gotten to it yet, then yeah, feel free to go ahead and ask it more than once. Just don't spam. I would appreciate it if you do not spam. No one likes that. We're going to end up having to kick you, basically, if you end up spamming, and no one wants to do that, so it's going to be a bad time for everyone, so don't do that. before we get started, I want to let you guys know that any orders for the Bigger Wins YouTube Unboxing Mystery Box right now will get you 10 entries into the shopping spree. I need to change that because it's no longer $1,800. I don't know if you guys were there during last night's stream, but it is now $2,400 that you guys can win, and all it takes is placing a $20 order in order to be entered. It can be literally for anything, but order yourself a Bigger Wins box. You get yourself 10 entries into the shopping spree giveaway. Of course, we got coupon code GEAR right now, so you can get 20% off all tactical gear, and coupon code UPGRADE if you want to get 20% off upgrade, and that specifically refers to internal upgrade components. So if you want to get yourself some new gear set, maybe a new motor, some new bushings, whatever it may be, internal components, you are able to go ahead and use that coupon code. Now, with that said, want to make sure that you also guys know that October 21st, it's fast approaching, SC Village, where we're going to be hosting the next BB War SoCal event, Arid Revival. Tickets are available for sale right now for $50. You can join as either the Empire or as the Rebels. It's going to be a blast. Cisco and I are going to be leading the Imperial faction, while Boaz is going to be leading the Rebels. We also have a ton of new products that are available right now. A lot of these new Ammo Max pouches and holsters as well. So much cool stuff that you can go out and pick up. These new combos, of course. And, of course, the Mayo Gang MGC4 Mark II. And plenty of items that are on a shocker deal right now. We still got shocker deals going on. Some of them, though, are ending in like a day and a few hours. So make sure that you go ahead and take advantage and place all your orders and get as many entries as you possibly can into the shopping spree giveaway and win yourself $2,400. All right, now with that said, I want to go ahead and start answering some questions. Now, let's see here. Jim the Mad Viking box bag count as gear? That's a stretch, Jim the Mad Viking. I personally wouldn't, but I mean, you know, I don't think so. No, I probably not. Okay. Paul Bird asks, what exactly do I need to start Airsoft? Too many outdated vids on YouTube. No, Paul, I completely understand that. There are a lot of videos that, can be a little bit outdated or that are starting to show their age. Well, I do think that there are some, good advice in those videos as well. Now, with that said, if you want my opinion, the only thing you really need to start off with at the end of the day, if you haven't already, go to a field. Right, go to a field. Stitch, yeah, you said it first. Rent first. Yeah, I would say try Airsoft out for yourself first and see if that's something you actually want to play. Now, bear in mind, even if you don't like playing Airsoft, doesn't mean that you shouldn't be playing Airsoft, period, right? Or just because remember, guys, there are many different facets of Airsoft. There's actually I think there was this whole study that was done. It was a surprising statistic where it actually showed that a good amount of people that are in the Airsoft community. They don't actually play on fields. And it's kind of a sad fact, but at the end of the day, too, it's also a personal choice, right? Maybe there's just not a field available, or even if there is, maybe they just don't want to and they want to be more collectors, right? Collecting is its own thing in Airsoft, too, and it can be very, very fun. I like collecting. I have plenty of weird guns in my collection, too. But if you're talking about actually playing Airsoft, yeah, that would be the first piece of advice I would say is go out to whatever local field you can find, whichever one you want to go to, be it indoor or outdoor. Do a rental service because most fields will have rentals available for players that want to try it out. Rent it, play for a little bit, and then see how you like it. If it turns out that you really do like it, then yeah, I would say 100% go ahead and go to Airsoft GI and pick up all your Airsoft goodies. As far as the actual things that you would need, personally, for me, I would say the only thing that the most important, or I guess two biggest things, are going to be the gun itself, what you need to, run the gun, whether it's if it's an automatic electric gun, like it's an AEG or electric gun, you would need, obviously, a battery and a charger, right? It's going to be your power source. If you wanted to run a gas-black pistol, for example, only that, then yeah, I would say pick up some green gas, obviously some propellant. That's what you're going to need to get it to run, and some extra magazines. And then, of course, face protection. You can always rent more face protection at fields if you really wanted to. However, having your own set of Face Pro is going to be highly recommended. And there are so many different variations of different goggle systems, masks that you can go ahead and get. Whatever it is, that type of vibe you're trying to go for. Each system has its pros and cons, of course. But honestly, once you get the gun, personally, I'd recommend go electric, but that's just me. Go with a gun, battery and charger, and then some type of face protection, and that's pretty much all you need because you can pick up BBs at any point, right? And BBs themselves are actually not that expensive. What's up?
Do you have the Longboy Phillips screwdriver? There it is right here.
Okay.
Thank you.
Say hi to Boaz, everyone.
What up? What up, squad fam? Fam squad.
There he goes. There goes my hero. But yeah, I would say just starting off with like an AEG and an automatic electric gun, right? That's going to be your best bet because they're the easiest to maintain. Getting some BBs, if you can do it, I would highly recommend getting your own BBs. It's a lot cheaper buying them from Airsoft GI as opposed to actually going to the field. No offense to the field, I get it. You got to make money too, but at the end of the day, we're here to serve our customers, and I'm gonna say it. Our BBs are going to be cheaper in price, even though they're going to be the exact same brand sometimes. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, other than that, you can just go, man. At the end of the day, it's just going to be a matter of just get out and play. It doesn't even really matter what it is that you're playing with, too. Obviously, we give recommendations for what guns we like, and if you want to ask that, you can ask that as well. But generally, I just say get out and play, man. As long as you're out there playing, that's the most important thing. Because pretty much everyone has everything they need to play. Just comfortable clothing at the end of the day, right? Clothes that you feel comfortable running in and that you're not going to, like, get a heat stroke in. All right, this one comes from Smoke and Moy. I'm looking for an AEG M4 around the 220 to 270 mark. Also, I'd prefer a longer handguard / barrel. All right, Smoke and Moy. You say longer handguard or barrel setup. In the 220 to 270 mark, let me see. It might not be exactly 270, but let me double check. Oh wait, no, that one wouldn't work. Actually, you know what you can try? We'll go Airsoft guns, go AEGs, go Gen 3s, because Gen 3s are always going to be fucking nice. You want something slightly longer? There's a couple different options we can go with. I'd say, yeah. This is definitely the one. I actually brought in a few of these into the store, too. The Gen 3 Helion M-Lock 10-inch. Obviously, it's not going to be super long. I think this is just kind of the right amount between, or right combination. Again, it's that 10-inch length, so it's going to be good for both indoor and outdoor. If you wanted something a little longer, though, you can also go with... What else would I say is pretty good? Probably the Archon, Gen 3 Archon. Let's try that. Gen 3 Archon. I believe there is a longer variation of the Archon that actually would probably do you very, very well. Oh, that's a 9-inch rail. Damn it. All right, let's see. There's got to be a longer one. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, this is probably the one that I would probably recommend. 14-inch outer barrel, yeah, that'd be the one. Gen 3 Archon, absolutely. Very, very lightweight, fully programmable ETU, so you are getting that Zion arms or the Nebula MOSFET. Fucking dope, man. 2-round burst, 3-round burst. It can even do a binary trigger. So pull the trigger once, it'll shoot. Let go again, it'll shoot again. Freaking dope. You are getting a 1-year warranty through Lancer as well. Highly, highly, highly recommend these bad boys. Cannot go wrong. Another one that you can go with, if you wanted to, would be Arcturus. I think I spelled that right. Yeah, I spelled that right. You can go with an Arcturus as well. There's a couple different options that they offer as well. I think for me personally, I would go with, I'd probably go with something like this NYO3CB. The 214, you are going to be getting a metal rail system, but you are going to be getting a polymer receiver set. But these do offer a micro switch trigger, so it's got to be a nice mechanical click every time you pull that trigger. Very, very cool. 602 Type 4 inner barrel. Rotary style hop chamber, quick change spring system as well. These are very, very dope. I think the only gripe about this one specifically is the stock. It is a very cool minimalist stock, but it doesn't offer as much battery space. But again, just like the Lancers, they're using a regular size buffer tube, so you can just swap it out for another stock. I would say maybe put a PTS stock on there, like an EPS, and you got plenty of battery space for days, right? Those would probably be the two that I would suggest the most. Oh, actually, I would also say, oh wait, but no, you wanted it longer. Yeah, those would be the ones that I would say. Yeah, those would be the ones that I would suggest. Okay, this one's coming from Cubic Gaming. What type of optic would you recommend for mid-range AEGs? So usually mid-range or Cubic Gaming, I would say for mid-range style play, I think the most you would honestly need for mid-range would be like 4 times magnification, and even then you could honestly get away with just using like a 1 times, right? Like just any sort of like red dot sight. You could probably get away with it because a lot of people do. But there's plenty of options that are available as well, right? I think if you wanted something for medium range to long range, right, just in case they are a little bit further away, I'd recommend probably something like a short dot. Maybe something like, here, short dot. I spelled that right. I'm always got to double check my spelling, make sure I'm not like messing it up. Probably going with like a short dot would probably be pretty cool as well, like one of these guys. These are very popular, whether you go with the illuminated or not variant. These are very, very nice. Everyone that I know that has one of these, they're freaking cool. And they're very, very useful, very handy. All right, make sure. Dark Tree, what's going on, man? Prime Tech Customs, how you doing, man? Okay. All right, should be good there. Okay. Jim asks, $50 gets 5 entries. Not during this stream, bro. I'm so sorry. Not during this stream. I mean, we might be able to do it tomorrow, but as of right now, no. We are not doing the $50 gets 5 entries in this stream. We were doing that yesterday during the shopping spree giveaway live stream. Right beforehand, but we'll probably be doing that promo again soon. As of right now, though, the biggest promo is going to be the Bigger Wins YouTube Unboxing Mystery Box. Order one of these bad boys, $220. You are guaranteed a higher retail value than what you actually pay for. We grant requests, and you get automatic free shipping, an entry into the last, I believe, 2 bonus raffles that are open right now. On top of, again, 10 chances of winning $2,400. All right, should we go? Let's go to the most recent questions. Oh gosh. Okay, this one comes from Sword with a 0. I already have a good AEG, and I want to get a sniper that's good out of the box. What do you recommend? If you're talking about actual like bolt-action sniper and not just like a DMR, what I would honestly suggest would be, you guys are probably know what I'm going to suggest here. I'm going to go double bell VSR 10. Yeah, these guys. But here's the thing. Many bolt actions are going to need a lot of work right out of the box. That's just a reality of it. There's no way around it. But, out of all of them, straight out of the box, right, all the, more affordable stuff, and I mean that the stuff that's under $400, right, as far as one of the better performing ones, you'll see guys saying, the GG Bar 10, right, which is still a good option. Maybe even the Classic Army SR40, which is still good. I like the Classic Army SR40. But honestly, according to our techs, from what we've seen, the best one out of the box that has the nicest parts internally has got to be the Double Bell VSR 10. And this bad boy is dirt cheap, right? Especially if you go with just the regular black polymer, the synthetic one. This one is normally retailing for $99, which is already a steal, but it's on a shocker deal right now for one more day, going for $91.08. That is insane. Right, it's already shooting pretty close to where you would want it FPS-wise, right? 500, which is, again, typically where a lot of outdoor fields will usually limit you at 500 exactly. So that's perfect, literally perfect, right? And again, it is still VSR 10, TM spec VSR 10 internal, so you are able to get more upgraded components for this bad boy, should you choose to do so. Though, honestly, I would probably say inner barrel, bucking, and that's pretty much about it. As far as what I would do to it personally, yeah, that's pretty much it. All right, let's see here. Black Brick Ops, I just joined the Discord. Nice. Make sure I'm not missing anything. All right, let's keep scrolling up. I lean towards the smithing side of the hobby as well as R&D on parts being made by a few buddies. I play when I can and get a local field decides to host a game. Yeah. No, yeah, that's good. Again, like I was saying, Prime Tech Customs, there are, and pretty much everyone, right? There's so many different facets of Airsoft. And Boaz and I were actually talking about this. We recorded a podcast yesterday. It's going to go live on Sunday, but stay tuned for that. But yeah, we were talking about there are many different facets of Airsoft. There's no one right way or wrong way to play, right? Because, even if you go to a field and play, even if you essentially, you suck, right? I don't want to say anyone sucks. That sounds kind of mean. But even if you, suck, right? If I suck sometimes, right? Even if you do, it's still fun, man. At the end of the day, it's still fun, and there are so many different facets of it, right? Even if you're just going, for cosplaying type purposes, right? You want to feel cool, look cool in your pics, and you're fit. Hey, man, that's fucking cool, right? That's, a tradition for my team, right? We will always take squad pics no matter what, right? Even if we did terrible during a certain event, right? Just communication wasn't there, we weren't on our game. It doesn't matter. We all showed up. We all had a blast. And we're all gonna take pictures and look cool, right? That's part of the fun. Editing videos with Airsoft, right? That's always really, really fun. The R&D stuff, right? Just teching and customizing stuff. Yeah, I know techs that literally that's all they do. They don't even play. They just like making dope ass customs, and then they'll go ahead and just sell them, and that's it, right? That's what they like to do. Make sure I'm not missing anything. All right, this one comes from Snake Airsoft. Compatible handguard with G&G Firehawk. As far as I can tell, since the G&G Firehawk is still using just a regular M4 receiver, you should be able to go ahead and get most handguards on there. It's just gonna be, or rail systems on there. It's just gonna be a matter of individual preference. And then again, depending on the brand you go with, sometimes there is a little bit of fitment requirement. Sometimes you might have to file something down, sand something down, maybe cut something, a little bit of material off. Really just depends, honestly. So what's the best starter sniper rifle? Double Bell VSR 10, like I mentioned, is the... No, it is definitely not. Okay, this one comes from Ye Cray. Solid gas blowback rifle with the intention of using HPA, not gas. or just HPA with a realistic blowback bolt. Bonus if it's bullpup. Huh, okay. Solid gas blowback rifle with the intention of using HPA. Not gas. I mean, as far as like just general quality, right, performance right out of the box, I guess it really depends, right? I would say that like for reliability, I would probably go with the Tokyo Marui personally. The MWS system, I think it's really, really dope. If you were planning on just HPAing it, I know a lot of guys like to go with the WeTech open bolt system. The WeTech open bolt system has been around for quite a while. There have been plenty of upgrade parts for it, but again, since you plan on just basically using HPA for it, yeah, I'd probably say go with the WeTech open bolt system. You can go with like here, WeTech. There you go. Just wait for that to load. Load! Damn, I hate these computers, man. Sometimes they take fucking forever to go. Okay, there you go. I mean, honestly, I think one of the cooler ones would probably be the PCC, but I get it. You know, there's it's a little bit hard to find like source those magazines individually sometimes. But yeah, there's plenty of different options that you can go with as far as like the WeTech. Like I would probably say go with the WeTech M4 CQBR or the M16 and then just build it off of there. That'd probably be my best recommendation, right? There's a lot of WeTech on a shocker deal. Damn, that's pretty fucking cool. That's pretty fucking cool. Yeah. Let's see here. G&G SRS is good smoking. G&G's not bad. Okay, let's go ahead and scroll down. Sweet. Real Wild, how you doing, man? Milton Diaz. How much does the mystery truck box cost? Milton, I will gladly answer that. Oh, also, make sure to go ahead, if you guys have questions, make sure to put a Q in front of your question. Now I can go ahead and answer it. But if you look up, let's see, let's go more. Go to mystery boxes. Mystery boxes. The truck, yeah, it goes for that much. Damn. Fuck. That's expensive. I mean, at the end of the day, you are getting that truck worth. You are getting that truckload of airsoft stuff, right? So, just saying, it is going to be worth it. It is worth it. Oh, yeah, guys, if you haven't already, make sure to go ahead and leave a thumbs up on the live stream and go ahead and share it around with as many people as you possibly can. Really helps us out. Beat that YouTube algorithm because YouTube really doesn't like airsoft. It's really trying to go ahead and put us down, but we're not going to let it. We're going to stick around. So, appreciate all the help that you guys can go ahead and show. If you're not a sniper, you're just target practice for a sniper, lol. Jim, but what if I run super, super fast, though? You know? I know, that sounds like a challenge now I think about it. I swear, Jim, I feel like you're going to end up coming to Cali. You're going to end up, like, finding me, oh, yeah, what day are you playing? You're going to try to intentionally go for the opposite team just so you can go ahead and, like, just beat me, right? Just so you can say it. Coop asks, is the 1911 TAC worth it? If you're referring to the Elite Force 1911 TAC, Coop, yeah, 100%. It's worth it. Here, I can pull it up. Elite Force 1911. Okay, right? I mean, it doesn't really matter what version you end up going with, right? Like, but let's pull one up, right? Pull one of these bad boys up. Black and tan, right? That's like the classic one. I remember that was the one that everyone wanted to get, right? That black and tan is just, oh, so good, so good. But yeah, oh, it's on sale right now for $137. Fuck yeah, it's worth it, 100%, right? Here's what I would say about it, right? Like, if you were looking for a solid 1911, right, full metal construction throughout, that was going to give you one hell of a kick because it is using CO2 and it's not going to get that cooldown effect, right? As it's not going to be affected by that as much as, say, fucking green gas. Then yeah, I would 100% say go for it. Now, obviously, the magazines aren't going to be as like universal, right? It's definitely going to be like it has to be that specific spec. But honestly, even then, it's 100% worth it. Like I still run one to this day, right? And I've had one for years. Especially at that price, right? And again, guys, you guys are knowing what I'm going to say. It's definitely over $20, so that means you are going to be getting an entry into the Shopping Spree giveaway next Thursday going on for $2,400. $2,400 could be yours, and all you got to do is place one order. So might as well go ahead and place it right now, right? But yeah, 100% Coop, it is worth it. DJ, how you doing, bro? Stitch, thank goodness it's Friday squishing. Okay, this one comes from Cubic again. This one is, what do you think of the Lancer Tactical Alpha stock and the guns that use it? Looking to replace my G&G CM16 SRS with one. Yeah, I mean, all the Lancer Tactical guns, like, at the end of the day, like, if you're talking about the Gen 2s or even the Gen 3s, right? Yeah, they're going to be super dope. I've been a very big fan of the Gen 2s and the Gen 3s, right, as a player, because, again, they are offering a lot of value for the money, right? Lancer is, again, one of those companies that, like many other companies that are now starting to come out now with more options for the player just to get started, right? And that's something that I always appreciated because I want more people playing Airsoft. I can't get a person to get started in Airsoft if the only things that are available are guns that are like $300+. There has to be companies coming out with stuff that's going to be more attainable for the regular Joe Schmo, right? For the regular working man, and Lancer does offer that. Now with the Alpha stock specifically, I think aesthetically it looks cool. I think there was a few design changes I would have done differently. Just for me personally, I think it could have been done a little better as far as the aesthetic. But overall, I ain't mad about it. You get plenty of battery space. It's very comfy. And again, being able to go ahead and store an additional magazine on the gun itself, right? Just having that little space for that, either the low cap mag that it comes with or an additional, like, full, if you wanted to even do a high cap, you could. Yeah, man, I don't see why not. It's freaking cool. And the guns that use it, yeah, super dope. All the Gen 2s, right? Rotary style hop chamber, quick change spring system. 603 Type 4 inner barrel. I know to a lot of you guys, especially younger guys that are playing now, maybe that's all you're used to. But I come from the same era, at least maybe like one generation after, like Cisco, right? Boaz and I, at the very least, we come from the same era of airsoft where all that shit wasn't even like possible to get in a gun that was under like $300-400. It just wasn't, man. It just was not a thing, right? So the fact that guns that are under $200 will come included with that. That's freaking wild, dude. That's freaking wild. And if you're talking about like the Gen 2, like the Metal Series or the hybrids that have that, even then, that's still freaking cool. All right, sure. All right, cool. Should be caught up. Let's go ahead and go to the most recent questions. Looking for bonus point bullpup. I already have the great. Specifically, I want a bullpup or AK system with bolt action. If you want AKs, one of the things that I do notice a lot of guys doing, if you wanted to save a little bit of money, we're not going to be any gas bullpups, unfortunately. But what you could do is that the company Well does have some more affordable like AKs out there. Now the AKs, I'm not going to lie to you guys, out of the box, they ain't the best quality, right? They are going to be a little bit temperamental, right? That's what we typically recommend them only being used for like backyard play, right? Oh man, where the freak did it go? I'm gonna find it for a second. Give me 1 second. I'll give me a second to search. I'll find it for you. But yeah, no, like when it comes to like the Well AKs, they are using the WeTech system, oddly enough. So, which means that you can go ahead and snag one up for yourself, right, and replace all the internals with WeTech parts, and you should be ready to rock. Either that, or again, like you said, you're gonna be swapping out, just going to HPA anyway. So that's another thing. WeTech, obviously, WeTech AKs are always gonna be really, really dope. Yeah, those are probably the ones that I would suggest, honestly. Let's see if I can find one. Damn, I really wish I could freaking pull one up right now. Yeah, I'll go ahead and pull it up later because I'll pull it. Actually, there it is. Yeah, like one of these bad boys, right? It doesn't have to be this exact one. There are other versions as well, but just to give you an idea, right? Yeah, these are 100% using the WeTech system. We've actually had Justin, actually, the Storefront rep. He actually has one, and he's been swapping out for like RA-Tech parts, right? So that's pretty cool. Save yourself a little bit of money there, right? All right, next one. This one comes from Will Wilson. Looking for a more budget sidearm. Would you recommend the Golden Eagle? I think it'd be 1911 or CZP09 or any other recommendations. Either or would be pretty dope. I would say there are more parts available for the Golden Eagle 1911s or High-capas. Just because, again, 1911s, High-capas are going to be like the two most popular platforms you can go with for sidearms and airsoft. They just are, right? Like, here, Golden Eagle 11. Golden Eagle 1911, right? Let's go ahead and pull a few up. Yeah, there's a few 1911 options here that you can go ahead and pull up. Yeah, any one of these would be dope, and especially for that price, too. Actually, hold on. One of them was on a shocker deal. I mean, they're all discounted right now, right? But one of them was even cheaper, right? This bad boy. If you wanted that good old meat tenderizer, right? The meat tenderizer at the end of it. You know, if, in case the ref says melee's allowed. You never know, right? $74.14. Fuck. And that's only going to be on sale for another day? Fuck yeah, I recommend picking that up. The CZP-09 is fucking cool. And it's a great gun. However, I just feel like, again, at the end of the day, all airsoft guns, no matter how expensive they are going to have their parts be worn down, right? Things break over time. Anything mechanical is going to break. So when it does, it's very important to be able to go out and find the parts, magazines, upgrade components that are readily available, right? And we at GI carry a ton of all that shit, right? So we have it all readily available for you, and you're going to be able to go out and get this because it's on a shocker deal right now for $74.14. Fuck yeah, dude. 100% would worth it. All right, let's keep scrolling up. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Find that video. Pretty sure I got caught up. Okay, so you should be caught up right there. Let's go ahead and scroll down to the most recent questions. All right, here we go. All right, this one comes from Black Brick Ops. Would the Alpha stock work with the Dolly Eagle Air's license AG rifle? What I would recommend is actually going through us directly for all the airsoft guns specifically. But yes, the Alpha stock should be compatible with most M4, AR-15, M16 style receivers. It should work. Some fitment might be required depending on some other brands. I wouldn't recommend going with those models to be honest, but you could get it to work. Yes. Comes from Cubic Game. What pistol should I use? I've played a few matches and it is a key part of my playstyle. Okay. I have a Raven right now, which is pretty bad. Just looking for upgrade one G17 by the way. What I would say, if you have a Raven, upgrade it, dude. Like, I would say, like, the Raven, Golden Eagles, Army Armaments, all those, like, models, they are great for upgrades because there's so many parts that you can go out and use for them, right? They are TM spec, so you can just start swapping parts out. We've tested it, too. I would say build out the Raven first. Now, however, if you wanted to swap out the Raven entirely, what you could do, honestly, depends on your budget, really, at the end of the day. But if you want to go with a Glock 17, I mean, yeah, I honestly have no issues recommending the Elite Force Glock 17s or any of the Glock lineups from Elite Force, right? They are really, really dope. They are built very, very well. Let's pull one up, right? Gen 17, Gen 5, Gen 3. Yeah, let's pull one on one of these, right? One of the more affordable ones. The Gen 3, for example, again, there's many other. I clicked the Gen 3 because I have a Gen 3. But again, you can go with pretty much any of the other gens. That's fine. And you can get upgrade parts for them as well, right? Now, they are going to be a little bit pricier, but that is because you are paying for that license, right? You are paying for that official Glock name, baby. But there are other options as well. If you want to go with that, I would recommend it, right? I would recommend it. And it's cool that it's part of your playstyle too. I get that though. Sometimes the fields that I play at will like say, hey, your gun is shooting too hot to be used within this certain range. You have to, have a 100-foot minimum engagement distance. You need a sidearm or something if you want to like engage up close. So I'll have like a sidearm on me as well. I get that. I get that. Okay, Will Wilson, what is a High-capa and how is it different? I've been confused. No worries. So I get where that confusion comes in because on the outside, they do look fairly similar. And to be honest, a lot of the parts can be interchanged between the two, right? Not everything, but some of them, right? One of the biggest differences that you're going to notice between the 1911s and the High-capas, right, is going to be the magwell, like the grip size, right? 1911s typically are going to be using, again, generally, are going to be using like a single sack style magazine, while the High-capas are using a much bigger, chunkier, double stack magazine, right? So a 1911 magazine can be like what? 14, 17, like there can even be some in the 20s, while High-capa magazines at the low end usually are like 28 to like 31 sometimes, right? So that's pretty much like the biggest difference really, honestly, for me, as far as like, and it's just a different platform, right? It's very similar, but it is a different platform. The magazines are not interchangeable, and that's like the biggest thing. Money ate a thing. Yeah, great. No, yeah. I mean, if you want something Gucci, man, go with the WeTech AKs. Go with the straight WeTech AKs. That is probably the most fun AK, like, gas blowback that you'll probably get. Maybe you could go with, like, the AKX, right? had sold. Damn it. I would probably say that'd probably be my second place. But honestly, I think the WeTech is a little bit stronger of a kick compared to the Tokyo Marui. And that kind of makes sense, right? Different specifications. I would say go with the WeTech AKs. Just type in WeTech AK. It'll show up. There's so many different versions of it. I'd probably say go with one of those. That's a very popular choice for a lot of players that wanted to get something really cool, but for HPA purposes. Okay. Should be caught up. All right. Okay, this one comes from Darche Hizes. I'll see you bright and early on Saturday. I'll see you then, man. I'll see you there. Should be there around 12. Yeah, man. Good to see you again. Let's see here. Because Will Wilson, why do people always upgrade High-capas? Because it's fun. Here's the thing. Like I was talking earlier, right? Like, when I was saying like Prime Tech Customs, right, where he like loves to do a lot of like teching, right? A lot of airsoft techs just love upgrading stuff, and people in general, right? It's like asking a car person why do they want to go ahead and keep like, modifying cars, right? At the end of the day, it's something that they enjoy, right? There's so many things you can do with it depending on the platform too, and there can be a lot of room for creativity, right? It's just another hobby, or I guess subsect of the airsoft hobby itself, right? Because you can be into airsoft, but what part of it? Do you like the playing? Do you like the collecting aspect? Do you like the upgrading aspect and building component, right? And just selling? Because again, that's what a lot of guys will like to do. They will literally just spend most of their time building out airsoft guns and then selling them, right? That's sort of like their big thing that they love to do. Because again, it's like they can make money off of it too. Just like, again, same thing with like the car industry, right? Oh, who is this behind me? Who is this behind me? Who is this man?
Oh shoot! I didn't know that was even in there.
Bruh.
Two
Bruh.
words. Grenade launcher.
It looks like he just bought himself a grenade launcher on the shelf.
Oh man, I haven't even gotten paid yet. It's not the pay period yet.
Well, we'll just take that out of your paycheck.
Oh no! I get paid in like ramen.
Dude, actually, that sounds delicious right now. I'm hungry. But yeah, it's just a different faucet of airsoft in itself, right? Now, if you're talking about High-capa specifically, it's because High-capas are literally the number one, like, most upgradable platform on the market when it comes to airsoft sidearms. Like, it just is, man. Like, the only pistols that come close to it are going to be 1911s. I would say Glocks are up there for sure, but definitely not at the same level as High-capas. High-capas have been around for years, man. Years and years and years. They're just so popular, right? Because there's so much that you can do. I've met people who have pushed these guns like to their absolute limit as to what they could perform, right? And the performance that they could achieve, and it's incredible what they could do, right, with these guns. It's just a very popular option, right? It's literally like the most popular option. Will Wilson says, my dad's a cop, and it's funny seeing him kind of learning with me while I get into the hobby. I think he wants Glock 17 Elite Force. Yeah, man, Elite Force Glocks 17s. Can't go wrong with them. Can't go wrong. Especially because there's a lot of upgrade components that are coming out specifically for them, too, right? For the Elite Force Glocks. And it's cool that your dad and you getting into. That's actually something that I really wish my dad and I got into. I don't know, for whatever reason, I try to like get my dad into it. He just seems very uninterested. I get it; it's not his thing, right? He's not a big gun guy, which totally understand. Even myself, right? I like guns too, but even I'm not the biggest gun I guess fan or like enthusiast in the world, right? I'm definitely not. Cisco's definitely way more of a gun nerd than I am. But I've always found guns and firearms really, really fun. But every time I try to invite him out, he would just be like, oh, I'm busy, and kind of give me the runaround. So I'm like, all right, fine. Like, whatever. So it's cool that you and your dad are actually getting into it together. That's very, very cool. I wish I had that. Jealous, bro. Cubic Gaming, bro must hate me. No, dude, I absolutely do not hate you. I like getting questions. Here's the thing, guys. I grew up, right, playing Airsoft and trying to get into it, just like you guys. Just like a lot of you guys when you started off. But I unfortunately got a lot of bad experiences from a lot of different places, right? Thankfully, GI was one of the few places that actually treated me well. They treated me well. They treated me like with respect. And you could tell that even that before I started working there years before, that they actually cared about treating how they treat their customers and just pretty much treat everyone, right? And what kind of reputation they put out in the airsoft community. And that's one thing that I still do my damnedest to make sure I uphold every single day that I clock in, right? Is that I'm upholding that same mentality, right? That, hey, I need to be a good ambassador for Airsoft. I need to treat everyone with respect. And I want to give as much info as to the public as much as possible, right? Because when I was, going to a lot of places, I won't say their names, but I'm pretty sure we can all figure it out. I'm literally treated like a number, I was literally treated like a number, or they were just very annoyed that, I had questions and that I wanted to know more, and they were just basically treating me like a nuisance, right? And it made me feel like shit, right? I didn't want to go there anymore, right? I would have to go there sometimes for the things that they carried, right? But at the end of the day, too, like at a certain point, even then, I would just say fuck it. Like, why am I gonna keep going if I'm gonna get, just made fun of, or if I'm just gonna be treated like shit just because I'm asking a question? So I do not have any issue with answering people's questions. If you have multiple questions, feel free to ask multiple questions. Just don't give me like a whole paragraph, in like one text. I'd like space it out, and I can answer multiple questions, dude. I do not care. Here's the thing: if I can leave, if I can end the stream knowing that I helped out one person, even if it's just one person, figure out or have a little bit more confidence in themselves in what it is that they're purchasing, in feeling a little more confident about themselves about playing airsoft, or getting a little more information on a product itself, I know I've done my job and I feel proud of myself and I want to keep doing it. Okay. Let's see here. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Sure. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay, answer that. Okay, we should be caught up. Let's go ahead and scroll down to the most recent questions. Holy shit. Obi Vic Kenobi with the $2 donation. Thank you, bro, for the $2 donation. If you want to go ahead and directly support the channel, make sure to go ahead and shop for all your Airsoft goodies at Airsoft GI. That is going to help keep the lights on, keep the cameras rolling, and keep us all here. So, thank you for the $2 donation. SEMA, JW2, Ultralight, Tier. I don't have too much experience with it. I do not have too much experience with that model, bro. I would have to get a little bit more shooting time with it, see how it actually feels, and yeah, because as of this moment, I do not have any thoughts on it. Because again, and I don't want to like lie and say like, oh yeah, it's great or it's not bad. I don't want to do that. I just don't have that much experience with it. If anything, you can go ahead and DM us directly, Obi Vic Kenobi, and that way we can go ahead and like maybe do a little more research and see what's going on for you. Give you a little more what of our personal thoughts on it. Reggie asks, is HPA worth it? If you think so, that is literally the best way I can answer that, Reggie. If you think it is, right? Because at the end of the day, too, like value and all this stuff, right? Well, at the end of the day, like it's all arbitrary, right? How much something costs, is it worth it? And even then, to like certain types of people, because don't have money for it, do have money for it, but it's all subjective, right? Now, do I like HPA personally? Not really. I think it's a cool system, right? And I respect it. But would I ever want to do it myself? Not unless I absolutely had to, right? Not unless I absolutely had to. One of the biggest reasons that I went with the reason that I got into airsoft, right, over paintball, because I started with paintball, and just very, very briefly before I was like, man, screw this, I want to do airsoft, right? Because I saw what airsoft was. I was like, oh fuck yeah, this is the best. This is what I want to do. I was so much attracted to the realistic aspect of airsoft, right? The immersion that you can get with airsoft. It's just, I don't have to worry about this big ass hopper, right? I don't have to worry about a line going anywhere. I don't want to have to worry about that, right? Or especially because I do a lot of like longer games, right? And sometimes during those games, I am shooting a lot more than most other players, because I do run like LMGs. I'm a little more aggressive in my playstyle. So, I wouldn't want to have to worry about running out of air in the middle of a field where it's, it's not like a regular field. It's the middle of nowhere, right? Like the nearest major metropolitan city would be like an hour away, right? Like, I wouldn't want to have to, worry about that in the middle of that. Not only that, the cost of entry for HPA is pretty steep, I won't lie. However, the amount of control that you get, and again, this is a heated debate, right? But like, I think technically to this day, you still can't beat the instantaneous response from when you pull a trigger on an HPA compared to an AEG or gas blowback. I think AEGs have come a long way. Don't get me wrong. They're coming for that ass, man. They're coming for that ass. It's not going to be that much longer before AEGs surpass it. But I think at best, at current, right now, during this present time, during the filming of this live stream, I would say that HPA is still better in terms of trigger response and the level of control that you have and tunability. That's a word, right? Yeah. Tunability that you would have for an HPA gun is more than an AEG. Like, it just is, right? But again, even that's slowly fading away. So I think for now, if you want it, then I say go for it, man. It's fucking cool. I thought this was Ask Ice with a typo. No, it's not that. Although I remember a while during high school, like late high school, a lot of guys used to make fun of me with my name, and they would call me ISIS. I was like, all right, cool. Will Wilson. Okay, because I thought if you had a High-capa, you had to upgrade it, but they're still decent stock. Yeah, man. Will Wilson. There's actually like quite a few High-capas that are actually really good, and I mean like really good, like out of the box. You don't got to do shit to them, right? You can, but you don't have to. Like the biggest example I love to give, right, would be, let's see, these guys, right? The Terran Tactical Innovations lineup of High-capa specifically. Holy shit, like the Pit Viper, fuck, dude, the Pit Viper, it's so good. Like holding this, you feel the quality in your hands, right? These perform great right out of the box, buttery smooth, slide action, very accurate. The inner barrel actually comes all the way to the end of the compensator. This is threaded, so you can put another muzzle device on there if you would like. A trace unit, hand stippled grip on here. It's just so fucking cool, man. It's just a great made pistol. And of course, it's got the Terran Tactical licensing logos all over. It's so cool. It's so cool. It's so nice. And yeah, it's $220, but honestly, it's fucking worth it, man. It is 100% worth it. Everyone that I know that owns one of these, or the Sand Viper, right? Or even the Alpha, any one of the Terran Tactical Innovations lineup of pistols, they're all fucking good, man. They are all fucking good. All right. And yeah, just like I said, you don't have to do anything to them. Airsoft Viking, got any idea where to get a new bolt from Umarex HK416D GBR? For that, I would probably, since I believe the GBRs are OEM'd by VFC, I would probably say maybe get a hold of VFC. See if you can try to contact them directly. That'd probably be my best recommendation. When it comes to like smaller or direct OEM components that aren't always available at like Airsoft stores, what I usually tell people is like try to see if you can try to source it from the from the source, right? It's from the manufacturer directly. And see if you can get one. You might have to pay some money for that, especially if it's like international shipping, but I mean that's one way to do it. I know Taylor, the old tech, he used to do that quite a bit actually. He used to have to order a lot of like stock components from either VFC or whoever, just to go ahead and get this one piece that just wasn't available anywhere. Oops, excuse me. This one comes from Kaiser Leons. He asks, EBB or GBB? Ooh, this is a good question. Okay, if you want to have the most amount of fun and the most realistic experience shooting an airsoft gun, I would say go with a gas blowback, right? Going a gas blowback. There's just nothing like shooting a gas gun, especially when you got that full bolt travel. Like it's so satisfying, right? So much fun. However, no, I would personally suggest it's way more convenient to go with an AEG. I like electric blowbacks. So electric blowbacks or electric recoil ERG, right? Like if you're talking like the KWA, the Ronin T10, or any other ARM4 series, I'd go with one of those just because it's a lot easier to maintain. Gas blowbacks you do have to clean quite frequently, which is not really that much of a problem. You know, it's not as many components as say a AEG, but I do feel like AEGs just have higher tolerances in general. I feel like they're just a lot easier to play with. But again, gas blowbacks are popular for a reason. Bossman and I were actually talking about this. Gas blowbacks he believes right now in Asia they're actually replacing the AEG as a whole, right? Just more and more people want to go gas, and it makes sense, right? But here in the U.S., I think like AEGs are basically here to stay, but I think gas blowbacks can be really fun as well. If you want to save money, go electric blowback or go electric recoil. Basically, just go with an AEG, right? Because it's going to save you a lot of money. But gas blowbacks, if you have the means for it, then I'd say, yeah, man, go for it. You know, especially if you want that realism. Sometimes I just want to see the internals, then the gears start turning. No, Prime Tech, yeah, that's 100% a thing, right? Like our old head tech Taylor, he used to do the same thing. Like he would love to just, especially if it was a brand new gun, right? Like no one really knew too much about it. He would just want to take it and immediately disassemble it and then see how everything works, right? See how the gears are moving, see what the internals are like, what sort of quality we're talking here. Sometimes he would be surprised too. Sometimes he'd be like, "Oh, this is really cool. It has this," or he'd be disappointed. Right? It was always a treat for him. That's what he always used to say. He's like, "Oh, ooh, time to unwrap my present." Right? He would say that sometimes when he would disassemble something. And then it would start getting him ideas. He'd be like, "Oh, I wonder if I could DSG this, right? I wonder what kind of rate of fire I can get to this. Oh, what if I put this kit into it, right?" Like, I totally get that. I 100% get that, Prime Tech. Okay, let's see here. Okay, should we be good? Let's go to the most recent questions. Kaiser Lance, thank you for answering. No, dude, anytime, anytime. This one comes from Kirill Krastev. Hey, Isaias, I want to ask where can I find an RMR for my pistol? FNX 45 TAC cyber gun. There's a plate for it, but it's kind of expensive. Can I get a universal plate, one with many holes, or run it without? I would have to see, because you said it comes with a plate, right? I remember the FNX 45 comes with a plate. But I think I would need to see the plate first in order to see what you can do for it, right? Because we actually do carry quite a bit of like different RMRs, but I want to see the plate footprint. What I would say, Kirill, if you want more in-depth answers, go ahead and DM us directly on Instagram, Facebook, or our Discord server. I'm constantly checking our Discord server. DM us there directly with pictures, and then we can go ahead and maybe figure something out for you. I don't know if there's a universal plate that'll fit on the FNX 45. Maybe. I'd have to go ahead and take a look at it. Again, I'm a visual person. I need to kind of see it. Okay, this one comes from Jim Ned Viking. Will the Atlas Customs box mag work with the Cybergun 249? Atlas Custom Works. Let's see. Let's take a look. Atlas Custom Works box mag. See what pops up. As far as I can tell, I mean, it should. I mean, as long as it has like basically as long as it's an M4 magazine, like it should fit. But I guess it also depends too on the shape. Wow, this internet is ass. Oh god, it's taking forever. Okay, I'm gonna cancel that one. ACW box magazine, or rather, I'm just an ACW magazine. How about that? Less for the system to load up. Jay Lather, I'll answer your question in the meantime. Do you guys carry any MWS magazines, more specifically the metal TM mags? Unfortunately, the metal TM mags, we do not have those individually. We've been trying to source those for a while, but we just can't seem to get any. And then the guns modified, no, neither of those either. The only magazines we had that are compatible with the MWS system would be the Army Armament brand of magazine. They're like the PMAG style. Those are really hard. Not hard. Those are a little stiff or a little bit wider. So it is very tough to like get it in the first time. However, like you can honestly just shave that down. It'll work just fine. Like we've known plenty of people that run those Army magazines. CW magazine. Let's see. Atlas Custom Works magazine. Let's type that in the meantime. I'm not finding the magazine, Jim. If anything, Jim, let me know the SKU number, the 5-digit number assigned to that item, and I can take a look at it. Wendigo Airsoft. What do you think of the Octurus Z-Tech PP19 carbine? I think it's cool, Wendigo. I think honestly they're really, really dope. I think they are a little pricey if I'm being honest, but you also do get 13-to-1 gears right out of the box. You also do get that pair-in MOSFET. Yeah, and of course you get all that like not beautiful, lovely Z-Tech furniture on there. I would say like if you have the means for it, absolutely. DM us on our Discord. I'm gonna say you want to DM us on our Discord. You'll want to DM us on our Discord. Wendigo Airsoft is. There's an opportunity there that I think you'll like. So, I'd recommend do it. Just do it. Wendigo Airsoft. I literally just bought a Pit Viper today. Yeah, man, fucking Pit Vipers are dope. Okay, thanks, man. That was really helpful for me. You're definitely a super cool guy, and it's just a breath of fresh air because you really seem like you care about our questions. I do, Reggie. I actually genuinely do. Like, I appreciate you saying that. Yeah, you don't have to go out and give a comment. I do appreciate that, though. No, yeah, I genuinely do because again, if someone's asking a question, it means they genuinely don't know. Why the fuck am I gonna go out and make fun of someone for asking a question? Like, seriously, I've been on the receiving end of that, where I ask a question for someone. Even to this day, right? Sometimes I'll ask people, like, a question, and, like, I'm made fun of, or, like, and it's like, dude, like, I'm asking because I genuinely don't know. Like, and I'm asking for help. So, I'm going to take those questions that I get here very seriously. I try my best to answer all of them. Okay. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Will Wilson, I thank Dutch Hooligan for getting me into this. Yeah, man. Honestly, that's one thing I will say. A lot of like airsoft influencers do a really good job of getting players into it, because when they post their gameplay, it does work, right? That is literally what they're paid to do at the end of the day, right? When they, especially if they have like a sponsorship deal with whatever store or brand, they're helping getting more people into it, and that's something that that's really cool to see. It's always interesting seeing like what influencer got you into the hobby, right? Oddly enough, you know what? Who actually got me into like LMG? I've always loved LMGs and bigger machine guns, right? Light machine guns, heavy machine guns. I've always really loved them, but I never would have thought like it's practical enough to run one in like in an airsoft event, let alone like a Milsim game, right? Then I started watching a lot of Airsoft Alphonse videos, right? And I was like, and I saw him blow up, and I was like, fuck, I want to, you know what? I said, fuck it, I'll do it. And I bought a Classic Army's Classic Army 249 from here. I brought it from work and worked on it, and that's been my baby ever since. That's been my go-to gun for every single Milsim West event. And I actually got to meet him too. It was actually very interesting. He actually recognized, like, you're the guy from GI, and I was like, oh shit, he knows who I am. What the hell? Right? I didn't expect that. It was a very cool experience. He's a very cool guy. What color are you shoes? This one comes from Mr. Fax. They are white with blue, red, and yellow. Gundam shoes, my girlfriend calls them. Do you have any Deagles, Mr. Fax? Not currently. Maybe in the future we might be able to get some more, but as of right now, we do not, unfortunately. I know, I really want some. Will Wilson asks, how big is your team? Does the team we see on socials do other stuff, or are they completely focused on the YouTube and other stuff? If so, there's no GI team specifically. My personal team is actually it's just like I said, Boaz and I are part of the same like Milsim team. We mostly do stuff on Instagram. We don't really do much stuff on YouTube. It's mostly an Instagram page that we have. Just we like to post pictures that we get from our events. Sometimes we'll post a few memes on there, but that's pretty much about it. As far as how many teammates we have, oh god, how many teammates do we have? It's a very good question. I know it's 9+ members. For sure it's 9+ members. We'll usually get a few guys that, like, when they want to try Milsim events out, if they're friends with us, we'll usually let them roll with us on our team. So we'll usually have like quite a few newbies come with us as well every time we go, and then if they want to stick with it, they'll like say, all right, cool, I want to stick with it, and then we'll blood them into our group. Make sure I'm missing anything. All right, let's go on to the most recent questions. Holy shit. Jack plays Evo when it's the only feat coming. Honestly, probably never. Probably never, honestly. Here's the problem. I got some hairy ass feet, man. I got some hobbit looking feet, dude. You do not want to, like, it's not right. Like, you look at it honestly, and it's like, that doesn't look right. That doesn't look human. That looks like a Sasquatch foot, you know? Obi-Wan Kenobi, why hasn't Cisco brought in any Unisoft High-capa aftermarket parts? Unisoft. I don't have too much experience with that brand. I'm not familiar with that brand, Unisoft. I actually haven't heard of them personally. I'll have to do more research into that, Obi-Wan Kenobi. I mean, who knows? If it's a brand that, our distributor can get, sure, I don't mind. Right? All the more options for you guys. So Cisco is the reason I got my Pit Viper, just saying. Yeah, man, Cisco does a really good job of convincing. He's a very good salesman. I actually learned I want to say I learned most of my salesmanship from him. Basically, when I remember when I first started like working for GI, basically everyone had a hand in like teaching me everything, but Cisco was one of the bigger ones as far as like teaching me how to sell stuff. Let's see here. And honestly, good on you for getting the Pit Viper though. Good choice. That fucking really good choice. All right, let's see here. Boston tactical red dot sights work pretty good. Yeah, they do work very, very well. Again, I think if you're answering the question about like the RMR that would work, I would have to double check, see if it's compatible though. Jack plays Evo. What's going on, man? With Isaias, honestly. Nice. Thank you. Oh, that's because I was answering Boston's question. All right, my apologies. Boston, do you know any good red dots or optics for the amount of $50 or less? In that amount, there aren't too many NC stars left at that price point. However, there are a pretty good amount of Lancers, just like that person, SFDHIB, that person. I'm not going to even try to pronounce that. Yeah, like they work very, very well. And And they are going to be making quite a few models within that budget. In fact, like probably less than that too. You can probably get a good one for like $35. Worth checking out. Will Wilson, how much longer are you here for? I'm here for another 30 minutes. I'm going to be ending the stream at 5 o'clock. That's when I'm going to be ending. Because the storefront is going to be closing at 5:30 today. Though we are going to be open tomorrow. If any of you guys are local to the Cali location, or to SoCal specifically, we are in 21077 Commerce Point Drive, Walnut, California. For anyone that wants to come up to the custom showroom and lounge, myself and my boy Justin are going to be there tomorrow. So feel free to come in, ask your airsoft questions, check out what we got. Very, very cool. Very cool shop, honestly. Sorry, I asked twice. I thought I was going through a tunnel and didn't see it. No, dude, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Will Wilson, does anybody know if there's a pistol mystery box? I thought I saw it once. I'm having a hard time remembering, but I'm pretty sure that there was a few mystery boxes we had out there that actually were mostly focused on like pistols. Most people really seem to want some of the bigger stuff, so obviously we're gonna try to cater towards that. But I mean, if we get enough people asking for a pistol mystery box, like a sidearm mystery box, then yeah, we can totally bring that back. That's something we can do for you guys. But again, I'm just gonna say it, right? If you want to go ahead and get mystery boxes, your best bet right now, what I would suggest, get a bigger wins YouTube unboxing mystery box, right? Goes for $220. You get automatic free shipping. That alone should be a fucking win, right? We give you a higher retail value guaranteed than what you actually pay for. Not only that, you are also entered into the last 2 bonus raffles we do. And you get 10 entries, 10 chances of winning the shopping spree giveaway going on this coming Thursday for $2,400. And that can be yours again, $2,400 just by placing a $20 order. But get one of these boxes, you get 20 entries. And if you want pistols specifically, put that in the comment section, right? You can definitely put down when you order the mystery box, you can put down, hey, Isaiah, Cisco, whoever, hey, Gia, I would really love to go out and get some, like a really dope pistol. And all the accessories that I could use for it. Maybe or extra magazines, right? And a loadout for it. You can be like, maybe I can get a Pit Viper, right? Because it's technically speaking the same price, $220, and a bunch of mags for it, right? Get some extendo magazines. Yeah, we can totally do that for you. If you put that request, we can make sure that you are guaranteed to get a higher retail value. So if it's within the budget, we can totally get you like a Pit Viper and some extra magazines, right? That would definitely be an option worth thinking about. All right, that should be good there. All right. Answer that. Okay, this one comes from, oh, God. I'm sorry, bro. I honestly cannot say that name. There's too many jumbled up letters. SFDBJHCG, whatever the fuck. What play carrier would you recommend for a 5'2" teenager? Interesting. Okay. 5'2", it makes me think you are going to be on the smaller frame. Granted, you could be 5'2" and still be like, pretty built. I spent my whole life being fucking built, man. I'm a wide boy, right? Even when I was at my lightest, I was always still a wide boy. I had these goddamn obnoxious wide shoulders. I sometimes honestly can't, I'm going to be honest, it doesn't look like it from here. There are some doors I actually can't fit through. My arms literally get stuck in between the door frames. It's quite hilarious sometimes when I'm not expecting it, and I walk through and I get fucking stuck. And I got short legs. But to answer your question, what I would suggest, honestly, for like smaller frame dudes, I usually say the best play carrier to go with would probably be like a JPC. Right? JPCs are always going to be like a good option. If you need something super small though, you could probably go with one of these. Right? For $27.50, that ain't bad, right? This is a kid's JPC vest with EVA plates. You are going to be getting some dummy plates out of the box. Packaging? Yeah, out of the packaging. You're going to be getting some dummy plates out of the packaging. And $27.50, that ain't bad. It is on the smaller side. JPCs are already meant for smaller. They're like very minimalist as is. But going with a kid's one will probably be even smaller. But honestly, if you were like that, if at 5'2", I could see someone rocking this. I could totally see someone rocking. Again, depends on your frame, but if you wanted something really small, you could. Otherwise, I would say go with like a regular size JPC because it's already going to be pretty small as is. And then go from there, right? Because one of these bad boys, right? Let's go with. You want to do that one? We'll do that one. Why not? Right? Even like a regular JPC like this, right? Or that sort of JPC like profile style, right? This is going to be like very, very minimal. Which again, it's only going to protect the vitals. It's airsoft, guys. Come on, 6mm, but still meant to replicate the real thing. Yeah, I would say go for something like one of these, right? Like this general profile is what you're looking for. It's going to be a lot smaller than like a full size, like a 1694 or like the EXO plate carriers from Condor, or like the Cirrus plate carriers, right? It's not going to be as big or as bulky as those. It's going to be a lot more minimalist, a lot smaller. A lot of smaller frame guys typically tend to like the JPCs too. Ooh, sorry. Okay, this one comes from Will Wilson again. Do you like fishing or reel steel? Those are my other hobbies. I'm not trying to break the bank, but I want stuff that could potentially last till I buy my own reel steel stuff. I like both, honestly. Between the two, reel steel or fishing, which one do I like more? I actually am a big fishing guy. I really love fishing. Specifically, I love ocean fishing. My dad and I, what we love to do, like we always used to do like fishing off the piers, right? That was always a thing. Or sometimes we go to lakes as well. And don't get me wrong, I'm always down for like lake fishing. But honestly, the move, I love doing charter boat fishing, man. Charter boat fishing is fucking dope. We'll usually go off of either Long Beach or is it Marina del Rey? Yeah, we'll go off like with some beach, right? Some marina will dock off some boat, some charter boat, and we just spend like all day, like 6+ hours just on the water fishing, right? I love it. I absolutely love fishing. I don't even feel like it's 6 hours sometimes. I'm there and I'm like just so focused on catching. This last time I actually went for my birthday, I went fishing. My dad took me. It was so fucking cool. It was like probably one of the best memories I've had with my dad in a while. It meant a lot to me that he took me out to go fishing with him again. I got fucking like 7 or 8 fish, man. It was insane. 7 or 8, that's the best I've ever done, right? It was like 6 rockfish, one, I think it was supposed to be like one, like, oh fuck, what are they called? What are those really, it's like some type of eel or something, right? It was fucking cool. It was good. I don't remember the exact type of eel, but it was an eel. I caught one of those, and there was something else. I think it was some type of bass that I caught, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but it was delicious, man. I remember taking all that shit home when they were filleted. Dude, best fish tacos I've had in a long time. Best fish tacos I've had in a while. But I love going reel steel shooting as well, especially when I get to go with the guys here. Okay, this one comes from Wendigo Airsoft. What do you think of the Arcturus PP19 lineup? I think they're dope. I think they're really cool. I think they can be a little pricey, though. That's my only gripe about them. They are a little pricey. And Bossman and I were actually talking about it, that like, even for having 13-to-1 gear set in their guns, they're not as fast as I think they should be. Maybe it's because they went with a high torque motor, right? They really wanted to emphasize the snappiness of the trigger, but they sacrificed a little bit on speed, maybe. But either or, it's really fucking cool, man. Like the fact they come included with a 13-to-1 gear set, high torque motor. You are going to be getting a Type 4 barrel out of the box, and again the Perrin MOSFET. That's really cool. That's really, really cool. Okay, this one comes from Dark Tree. Hey Isaias, in your opinion, what are the most reliable GVRs for both AK and AR? Ooh, Dark Tree, that's a good one. I would say if we're just talking about reliability, I'd probably say the Tokyo Marui. Probably for, I want to say both. Here's the thing, man. There's just something about like the performance spec you get from like the Japanese, right? Like it's just fucking Japanese space magic, man. You know how like they say like the G11 is Kraut space magic? It's the same thing, right? For TM, honestly, what I feel, it's Japanese space magic, man. You just don't know. There's just something going on in those guns. They're just designed very, very, very well and very reliable. Now, with that said, that's for reliability at the performance that they're putting out right now, right? Obviously, they're not shooting at the same FPS or same joules, or they're not going to be shooting at the same level that we in the States, as like we look at it more like a airsoft is more like a sporting good, right? Or like a sporting hobby, right? Where we want it to be like more of a sporting product, and not a like, I want to say like a realistic thing. Because here's the thing: if TM really wanted to go ahead and make like a crazy fast shooting, like GVR, or like a super ultra realistic like GVR, they probably could do it, right? They can make whatever they want. It's just more so like, again, trying to fit the market that the Japanese have, right? But it just as far as like sheer reliability, AKs and ARs, I probably would say it'd probably be the TM. I personally, I know some people are going to say like, oh no, it's, I think KWA personally for their M4s, I know some people are going to be like, no, they constantly have problems. Yeah, if you don't clean them, yeah, they're going to have problems. Of course, it's like anything else. But I would say like another one that's pretty popular, a lot of people seem to like, is going to be WeTech. But WeTech does require, I do feel like, a few upgrade components out of the box in order to be truly reliable. And if I'm being completely honest. Okay, let's go ahead and scroll down to the most recent questions. Holy shit. Wilson, I have been on a Clear Lake on vacation last 5 days, have been coming out. Finally caught one today. I feel like spamming lol. I like to talk. No man, Will Wilson, no man. Look, this is no. Hey man, look, you're just hanging out with the rest of the Mayo Gang, dude. Mayo Gang. Right? Like there's no issue there, man. No issue there. Jim the Mad Viking, that is very sound advice. Definitely don't want to bring your PP-19 or your PP-20 out into public. This just goes for pretty much any airsoft gun. Guys, if I have any newer viewers watching, you guys want to listen in here. Airsoft guns are very real looking. They can be very, very real looking, right? So make sure that you are responsible with them. Treat them like real firearms. Make sure that you transport them inside either a gun bag, a gun case, or even in the retail packaging, as long as it's nice and sealed and it's not displayed out in the open. Don't want to do that. If you're putting it in a car, make sure it stays in the trunk, right? Don't have it in your lap or something so people next to you on the freeway can be like, oh my God, he's got a machine gun, right? Like, you don't want that. You don't want that. Like, airsoft already has enough going for it, right? Let's be real. We know that airsoft is not always viewed in the most positive light to many people who are outside of the hobby, right? So let's try to make sure that we leave a good image for airsoft as a whole. Don't want to leave a bad impression on anyone. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Q, you ever been catfist? Maybe that was misspelled. Jim the Mad Viking. I don't know what that is. I'm not gonna answer that. Kinda just am getting into it. Nah, no worries, man. Salty hot sweat. Sweet, my bad. Hey man, just stumbled across your stream. You see, I seem cool. Where's your Cali locations? I'm about to move there and trying to get into airsoft. Yeah, man, no worries. Absolutely, you are more than welcome to come by and ask as many questions as you like, man. We are located in 21077 Commerce Point Drive, Walnut, California. We're about like, I mean, it depends on how fast you drive, right? I want to say we're about like 20, maybe like 30 minutes away from downtown. I live fairly close to downtown area. I live out in Downey. So we're like, yeah, about like 20 minutes out from I guess like downtown LA. But we're in Walnut, California, so pretty close to like Diamond Bar. Caught my first bass today. I've been stock trout fishing for a few years. Trout fishing's fun, man. Have I ever caught a trout? I think I caught a trout once when I went lake fishing. I haven't had too much luck, believe it or not, with lake fishing. I get way more luck ocean fishing. I don't know, something about the salty sea. Arrgh, I'm a pirate. +1 for ocean fishing off SoCal coast. Yeah, no, dude, I love it, man. Real wild. We got to do like a fishing trip together, bro. We got to do a fishing trip, man. You know what's one thing I suck at, though, when it comes to fishing? And it's because I didn't go to goddamn Boy Scouts. Tying knots. I am the worst when it comes to tying knots, my guy. The worst. Absolute worst. I struggle with tying a knot for my tie, right? My necktie, right? Freaking whenever I have to wear a tie, I usually have Jazz help me out with it. I can do it myself, but it's not as good looking. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay, Boston, what do you think about the Phantom Wraith plate carrier? Haven't had too much experience with that specific plate carrier, and I have to go ahead and take a look at it and see exactly what it is. Because I actually am not aware of that plate carrier. This one comes from Z Fox. Asks, having an electric recoil gun uses much more battery than normal? Yes. So if it's an electric recoil gun like the KWA Ronin T10s, for example, or any of the ERG lineup that they might have, there is actually a little metal like rod tube, I don't know what to call it, that moves inside of the actual buffer tube, right? There is energy that is required to move that back and forth to simulate that recoil, right? So there's going to be a little bit of electric, I guess the power from the battery that's being used up from it, so it can drain your battery a little bit faster than, say, on just a standard AEG. That's why the Ronin T10 comes included with a PTS EPS. That stock, remember, that stock can hold a fuck ton of batteries, right? It has a lot of space in there. So definitely recommend, if you have an ERG system, right, and you don't have a lot of battery space, get one, right? Because it can drain your batteries faster. Hope the one I'm getting for my body fits. No, yeah, totally get you. Mystery boxes are the way to go. Yeah, man, absolutely they are. You guys ever gonna open an East Coast location, Black Phantom Airsoft? Yeah, dude, I would love to if we can go ahead and open. Here's the thing, expansions, yes, like that is like something that everyone wishes for, right? But they can be really tricky to maintain and even open up, even just the cost of opening them up, right? Really depends how we do, right? As of right now, I don't think we're gonna be expanding anytime soon. But I mean that can definitely be something in the future, right? With your guys' continued support, right? Because we've been here for 20 years, we're gonna be here for another 20. But with your continued support, if we continue to grow, then yeah, who knows? We very well might be able to go ahead and open up an East Coast location as well. Already got that bigger wins mystery box. Got my M4 from that. Hey, nice, bro, nice. Norals, I just got the ACW Visor style red dot sight. It's real nice. Highly recommend for Rust 4 build. Yeah, man, I was really happy, ecstatic that we were getting the Atlas Customs was coming out with those like Rust 4 style optics. Very cool. Very nice. Again, adding more options for the Milsim community. You'll love to see it. Obi Kenobi with another $2 donation, man. Thank you, man. Thank you so much. Much appreciated, dude. Thanks for bringing the R15 mod 0 aftermarket request. Of course, bro. Of course. You know we got to do it. This comes from Hayes. What do you suggest be my first GVR? I want the realest feeling possible, if that makes sense. Okay. If you want something that kicks real hard and the most realistic that you can get for a GVR, personally, I would say, again, my recommendation would be going with the KWA, the LM4 series. I dig them. Again, mine has served me for years, literally for years, right? I've had no issues with mine maintaining regular cleaning, and it will take care of you, right? I haven't had any issues with it, and I usually like to recommend it for people that are trying to look for a good training option, right? Because the WeTips are okay, but I don't feel like their quality is all 100% there. TM is very nice, right? They're very nice, and they're incredibly reliable. That's what they're known for, right? That Tokyo Marui Space Magic. However, they're not going to be shooting the same, like they're not going to get that same power that you would out of like a KWA. That's just, it is what it is, right? They're shooting at a different spec. That's totally fine. And they're also really expensive, which is another downside. With the KWA LM4s, especially the new LM4D, right? I would highly recommend those. I would recommend those because I haven't had any issues. I know Justin has one. He brought them out to BB Wars Coastal Front that we had in April, and he had an absolute blast. That gun ran like a champ, man. Absolute champ. And there's a reason why a lot of law enforcement agents, when they're looking for gas rifles, they'll usually go with the KWA, right? Yeah, it may not be the TM, but it still is very reliable. There's a good warranty that's in place for it. It is very well made, and you clean it like a real one, just as frequently, and it will serve you just fine. This one comes from Coop303. Can you put a Titan battery in a gun with no MOSFET? I mean, yeah, it depends on the battery itself, right? Usually I would say going with like a 7.4 volt LiPo battery, or 7.4 lithium battery, and that should be fine, right? Going with 11.1, you can do it, but I would not recommend it because it will eventually burn out those trigger contacts. When to go Airsoft. Do you guys sponsor teams? We do. We do have, I believe, a sponsorship right now with, it's more like kind of a, we have to really look at the team and see what we want to work out, right? Because it's not like, okay, this is the deal that we have, like, and it's going to be set in stone for everyone. No, right? It really depends on what the team can offer. As far as like social media coverage, exposure, right? What they can do for us, and then what we can do for them, right? It all depends. Real Wild, my Pit Viper promo from Isaias' stream was the winner for my shopping spree. That's right. If you guys didn't know, Real Wild is actually a previous winner of the shopping spree giveaways we had. I believe he won $3,000. Yeah, $3,000. He actually took advantage of a promo that I was doing during my other live stream that I have on Tuesdays, the No Flightless live stream. And he took advantage of a promo where he ordered the gun. I believe it was 10 entries, if I'm not mistaken, 10 entries into the shopping spree giveaway. And that Thursday, you know, sure, like, you know, sure as sunshine, like Cisco called his name and he was like, "Fuck, I won!" Right? So you guys can be the next big winner, and all it takes is an order to be placed with through Airsoft GI. Again, we're the only Airsoft retailer that rewards you $20 plus order with a chance to win a shopping spree giveaway, and we're literally at a prize pot of $2,400 that you guys can win, and all you got to do is place a $20 order. But like I said, you guys want the best of the best, right? The best winnings possible. Get yourself a Bigger Wins YouTube Unboxing mystery box, right? Automatic free shipping. We grant requests, higher retail value than what you actually pay for. You get automatically entered into some bonus raffles as well. We got 2 left. And 10 chances of winning $2,400. What more could you need, right? What more could you need? Jack plays Evo. Cisco is such a smooth talker. Yeah, no, dude. Like, Cisco is 100%, like, he's one of those guys that, like, full Riz, right? Like, Riz 100%, right? Like, it's not even, like, unspoken. No, like, this man is, like, he's got a way with words, right? Like, 100%. He's very convincing. He's a very charming person. He's got a very charming personality. Meanwhile, I feel like I have a very, I don't know. I feel like I'm definitely not, I would not consider myself a charming person. Let's see here. Okay, let's see here. Make sure. Okay, scrolling up. Jay Flather, who at ASGI decides to bring in new parts / guns. So we can look into pretty much any one of us in the marketing department and upper management can look into bringing in certain brands, but it really depends on the brand itself. It's something because sometimes we'll have a gun that's available to us, right? But realistically, do we want to carry that? No, right? Sometimes it's either too expensive at the end of the day for us to realistically want to bring in a good amount. There's a whole lot of stuff that goes on in the back end when it comes to like Airsoft as a business, right? But I mean, if there's something that you would like us to go ahead and start carrying, then by all means, go ahead and DM us directly, Instagram, Facebook, Discord server. Let us know, DM us with your suggestion or what you request that you want us to go ahead and start bringing in, and we can possibly start taking a look at it, What mags should I get for Western Arms rifle? Here are the mags, so I don't know what to choose. So usually, you have to make sure that when it comes to gas blowback rifles, you go with the same spec magazines because the Western Arms are not super interchangeable with every single brand that exists out there. What I would suggest, I don't know if we still have them available. Let me double check. I misspelled that. Just wait for this to load. The Golden Eagle M4 magazines, those should work. Those are also using the Western Arm system as well. But let me double check, see if they're actually in stock at the moment. Damn, this freaking thing's taking goddamn forever. Oh, okay. Golden Eagle magazine. There. Should be less complicated. Oh, come the fuck on. Damn it. Oh, man, that's so frustrating. I hate when the internet goes super slow. It'll eventually load, but my God, man, sometimes it just quits on me in the worst possible moments. Okay, in the meantime, I'm going to see if I'm going to try to answer more questions. Only feed is not happening. There we go. Oh, my fucking God, that took forever. Oh, no, they're sold out. Oh, I'm sorry, man. We're going to have to probably get a restock. They should be coming in fairly soon. Within the next couple of weeks, we'll probably get another batch of magazines for the Western Arm system that are compatible with it. All right, let's go ahead and scroll to the most recent ones. Wendigo Airsoft, who do I talk to about team sponsorship because I feel we can meet your expectations? Yeah, man. I mean, nothing's guaranteed, right? I'm just one of the many hosts of GI, one of the 4 hosts of GI, and of course store manager. But when it comes to sponsorships, I would say DM us again. DM us directly, Instagram, Facebook, Discord. Let us know what you can bring to the table, correct? Because at the end of the day, it has to be a mutually beneficial partnership. If you have a good following, and I mean a good following on social media, and you want to work with us, and you mind starting off small and working your way up from there, then yeah, 100%. Because I feel like a lot of people also go in with the expectation, like, oh, I'm gonna get paid, immediately for all this work, and you got to earn that, man. Like a lot of these sponsorships, they don't just happen like immediately, not until like you're big, right? When you have several hundred thousands of followers, then it's like, all right, then that sort of stuff comes involved, right? Because we've worked with other sponsors as well, or other teams or influencers or content creators before. But it was all like done on an individual level, what they can do, right? Okay, they'll get rewarded accordingly, depending on what they can do. Can you try to open up a Canadian shop in Calgary? I don't know about Canada, man. I mean, eventually, here's the thing. Eventually, who knows? We might be able to, but I don't currently see that happening. Yeah, it might be some time before that happens, but who knows? I ain't ever gonna give up faith. I think GI can expand to honestly across the entire U.S. This goes from Salty Hot Sweet. I've learned a few things over the years just watching, but is there like a list I can learn all the terms and lingo you guys use? Oh, actually, there is. There is actually. Okay, I'm gonna scroll. I got it. I think it's still here. We have a blog. I don't know if you guys actually like keep up with those, but we actually have a blog on our website where we actually put up many different interesting topics for you guys to like think about and to talk about and stuff. Okay. Buyer's guide, that's also really important. Beginner guns, Octurus, Ms. guns. By trace unit, common airsoft beginner mistakes. Bear in mind some of this stuff, like especially if it's here it is, the official airsoft glossary. This will be granted, honestly, a lot of times you won't really know a lot of this terminology, how to properly use it until you actually start going to the field and start playing. But this will help, right? You can learn like a lot of the stuff like we do phonetic spelling, right? So like our phonetic alphabet. So like if you go A, right, you'll learn some of the terms that you can see: ACOG, AEG, AFG, airsoft alphons, right? Like some of the stuff right here, airsoft fatty, like all these like random terms that you hear. Like this is one that you can use, right? And you can do a deep dive on all this stuff yourself on an individual level as well. B, right, different stuff that you can hear. Right, different popular terms or words that you would probably hear. We've all contributed to this. It's a couple years old, but honestly, I think it still holds a lot of relevance. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff you can learn from this as well. But yeah, the official airsoft glossary. Let's see. When are we rolling out a Milsim event? I want to give it a try. Hey, Darktree. I'm Darktree. I'll let you know, man. Like, the next time that, like, I go out to, like, a Milsim West event, Darktree, you are more than welcome to go ahead and hit me up, and we will gladly bring you along, bro. It'll be a blast. Absolute blast. Now, as far as GI hosting a Milsim event, I don't know about a full, like a 2-3 day op, but BB Wars, man, we got BB Wars coming up, man. And I know you're going to be part of Cisco and I's team on the Empire, baby. Empire! All right. Let's go ahead and keep moving on. Yeah, Pit Viper promo was 20 entries. Yeah, that's right. It was 20 entries. This one comes from Boston. Can you put an AEG rail on a GBB gun? Depends on the rail itself. I mean, generally speaking, right, if we're talking like ARs, M4s, then theoretically you should be able to go ahead and mount them together. Again, really depends on the rail system itself. Yeah, it depends on how it mounts, but like generally speaking, they all should be generally compatible with each other. But again, it's going to be a case-by-case thing. If you're not missing anything. What guns should I review from you guys besides the MGC4 Mark II? That's like the biggest one, Airsoft Info. Nice to see you again, by the way. I didn't see you here, Airsoft Info. Yeah, I would say that like the Mark II is like the one that needs like the most coverage right now, because again, we really want to spread the word out on that gun, and let people know, hey man, this thing exists and you need to jump on it like now, right? But yeah, like I mean, that's pretty much the biggest one, right? That's the most biggest one we appreciate, because we got that Mayo Gang content creator program right now. You do the review, and again, put it in a positive light, we will be giving away that $50 gift card, right? Giving away that $50 gift card for you guys, each one that does that 4-minute long video. There's more details about it. You can check it out on our website. Okay, would this plate carrier work for my skinny, short, and tactical AC? Okay, I'm gonna look this up. This is gonna be my last question for today. AC dash 591T. Yeah, okay. Let's go ahead and look that up. Yeah, that should work. This plate carrier should work on yourself. Again, it might require a little bit of adjustment. Here's the thing: you can get pretty much most of these plate carriers, especially JPCs. There are hacks you can do in order to get them to fit even tighter if you need them to. So yeah, I would say this is definitely a good option. All right, guys, it is 5 o'clock now. It is the end of my live stream. Thank you so much, everyone that chose to go ahead and spend their free time hanging out with myself and the rest of the Mayo Gang. I had an absolute blast hanging out with you guys, answering your questions, and hanging out with you guys. If you guys want to go ahead and support the channel directly, again, make sure to go ahead and get all your Airsoft goodies from Airsoft GI. That helps keeps the camera rolling. That helps keeps everyone here, and it helps keeps the lights on at Airsoft GI. Again, we have the shopping spree giveaway going on this Thursday for $2,400. You don't want to miss out. Again, order yourself the Bigger Wins YouTube Unboxing Mystery Box. Get yourself those 10 entries. And again, you're going to be getting a dope Airsoft gun. We grant requests on those bad boys. You get a higher retail value than what you pay for. You get entered into the bonus raffles and automatic free shipping, right? We have coupon code GEAR for up to 20% off tactical gear. Coupon code UPGRADE for up to 20% off all internal upgrade components. Make sure that you take advantage and shop with the guys that reward you the best. My name is Isaias, and I will see you guys all on the next episode of the Storefront livestream. Yeah, that'll do it.